we need to play this again because we might as well plug in the headphones so you can hear like what's going on and all that. Because anybody who plays this game needs to hear that there's now going on in the menu. So, but the point of this video, I'll get into in a minute. So, yeah. No, they're already here. There'll be little effort because we can pull the thing. Now, we're running out of SIGs here. So, and nobody's helping us and looking after us, and they can start banging on about some sort of material reality nonsense. But there's an underlying truth here that nobody seems to understand, or at least nobody in my manifested environment. And you see that the headphones are in, and the truth is you need to have fun with this place because, like, it's here for fun, but nobody wants to have it. It seems like you're all just fucking boring. And I don't speak for everybody because this might have reached somebody who actually knows what the fun is, but most of the people, like, I'm getting tired of making these videos. I thought, like, we'll really put in the grind and start expressing ourselves on camera, recording loads of stuff, but we're only going to do it every now and again. So if you've actually been enjoying this bullshit, then you better start showing some actual support because I'm getting sick of this now. There's only King Charles, and to be honest, like, we appreciate it, Charles, but you only comment every now and again, and then you don't even reply. So, it's not exactly B for effort, but it's not like we want to be gratified, but we're putting in the work. No, seriously, right? Like, none of you seem to get it. And this isn't about this channel. This isn't about, like, being a self-righteous prick. What this is about is having fun. Now, and it's also about karma. I'm getting very, very tired of idiots. Now, that doesn't mean that I come from wow, I'm better, like, even though I say that as a joke. It's because after a certain... Why do you think people end up becoming what they are? It's because there's so many inconsiderate fucking people around. You actually make a sacrifice for somebody. And I hate to break it to you, but no matter what you do, like, something's a sacrifice. And, like, now fucking happens. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what am I missing here? Like, we've been out on the street and fought with fucking idiots. We've put a load of shit on the internet. Like, we've told you the truth time and time again in loads of weird ways. And what else do we have to do here? Like, what's the situational demand? Like, I must be making some sort of mistake here, or maybe it's not me that's making the mistake, and it's just you being fucking ignorant. And you don't necessarily need to listen, but we keep mentioning this word brig. Do you know what it means? It means hell. So this idea that you're going to attract a negative outcome, like, because you're not making a fucking effort, like, that's actually a definitive truth. And that's what we want to lay down here. So, if you want to play this sort of thing, then at least acknowledge it for what it is. Don't be like Zealand and say, like, wow, you've put in the effort. Like, like, this game's shit. But at least be like, wow, look at this. What's on here? Like, Marcus reveals what's Fury? What? I only threw a bottle at the wall to make a point. Like, now you're calling me the devil, Marcus Aurelius? Like, you need to go back to the philosophy drawing board here because we only did that to motivate you. But every time you press something other than encourage, it fucking... Everybody's like, well, we can't handle it. And he's obviously, like, he's using some sort of, like, devilish tactic. It's rubbish. So, like, you want to realize, like, who you're all letting down here, and you see some bullshit on social media, or well, we better share that. Like, you better share this with your friend. Look, whoever sees this is stupid, or something like that. But like, as soon as like there's some guy that's like, oh, clearly he's unhinged. He's talking sense. Like, we won't share it. And look, I'll be transparent to you. Like, you know, look, my name's reciprocal. um, fucking like, like I didn't even want to come into this world. Like, I come into this world thinking like, I really am special, and then like, and I just knew it. And then as a teenager, you think like, well, it might have been wrong, like, and then you realize if you don't let it fucking die that you really are. The only problem is everybody else around you, seemingly, until the real people show up, just like they're either got like a bit of light in them and they're like, we're not too sure if we should embrace it, or they're just complete fucking knobheads that'll betray you in either straight up or underhanded ways. And then you think like, it's no wonder the aliens haven't bothered. They've had a look and they think like, well, we're not asked. Because, like, if you think they're not real, then you need to go back to the Aldi. I mean, fucking hell, like, we're alone in the universe. This rock's done it like as a jib. It's not like this sort of thing happens all the time. So I really can't be arsed making these videos now because I'm sick of looking at this laptop and grinding out. So I'm just gonna have to start like, I don't know, moving. Like, I'm going outside. It's probably a better use of my time than fucking wasting yours, clearly. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna have a look at the date. To all 20. We're gonna have a bit of faith here. Like, fuck everything else off here. Like, 20th. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll come back, but you're gonna have to do it for us. So, uh, go on. We kind of want to do that, but because we're not really unreasonable, we're just gonna fuck off and come back when you start liking the button. So, because the YouTube algorithm responds to it well. So if you're somebody who thinks like, wow, this guy's making sense, then you better make the sacrifice and click the button. Wow, you'll be rewarded for that with a sense of your own well-being. So it's not even about what happens to me. You'll go, wow, we've helped him out. You've got to play the psychological game here. But then you've got to ask yourself, like, how good really am I? How good do you think you are, you reckon? You think you're doing things for good karma? Because, like, I'll be transparent. Like, me, I just want to get one up. But me, I actually care. I'll tell you that with full confidence. So, yeah, apply for managerial position. No, we like Wigan. We want Wigan win. So yeah, we're going on holiday though, because nobody gives a shit. Sheffield United, we sort of fucked it. Like, we couldn't be asked setting up the training. So a couple of rest days for you. Well, don't say I don't do you a favour. Couple of like tactics practice. We don't normally do that because it doesn't have a good effect in the game. Endurance. Wow, a bit of attacking after that. That seems to make a lot of sense. And Norwich, with under 21s. And how did that go? So Sports Interactive, like, if you ever end up watching this, like, obvious masterpiece, then you need to consider that, like, if a game's this boring, like, you need to not be so serious about it. Like, where's the, like, we need some sort of, like, Doctor Dr. Peppy advert here that's not even clipped in proper. Like, don't tell me that wouldn't be better. Like, it would. I wouldn't be able to go outside. Player of the week, Liam Gibbs. Never heard of him, but wow, like, let's have a look at these stats. Passing 15, vision 15. I think we better sign him, but he's fucking like, what's this? Can you do us a deal? Like, can you listen? Buy one get one free, and this is the one I get free. I get fucking like, Just get some sort of like, get a Mars bar and get him for free. Right, training schedule. Like, this is too much to think about. Available? No. Why are you bugging me about it? The under 21s team's got nothing to do with it. We want the real team to play, and you look after the fucking teenagers. They haven't even gone through the like heroic journey yet. The Edward Cullen. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. he like bit the woman, but then had the strength to stop sucking her blood. The acting was off the charts in Twilight. My mother showed me the films and I jibbed it and said I liked it. But the only reason I got sucked in is because the first one had an atmosphere. But we enjoyed it nonetheless because it's all about the awareness. And as you can see, this guy's a couple of stars. Look, you can see how good he is. It correlates with the stats. Like, whoa, these are good stats. Like, composure 10. Well, we better sign him. I mean, what's his? Doesn't enjoy big matches. Well, we can count on this guy. He's injured all the time. Well, he'll have a minute. And shows a fairly ambitious nature. Well, he needs to put in a bit more effort and fairly adaptable. It's like, well, if it's like I give you a B plus, but did you hear that? If you did, that was a treat for you. Fluent in the language. Which one? You don't speak my language. You need to learn it because all you people speaking these like chimp sounds, like fucking rubbish, possesses great pace. Well, let's have a look. See if the staff have really scouted correctly. Well, it's great. I'd say it's good because we've got a purple one here, and that's sort of like at the top, and this green one, like to be fair, like the green one's the best, but I think I've got it the wrong way round. Anyway, we're gonna have a look at something here. This is another thing for you, Sports Interactive. Like this is another thing that needs to happen here. Like you've got all these so-called advanced settings here, but where is it? Like most commonly interface. Right. We need to look at no, this is the wrong bit. Like, see, it's too complicated. You need to make it more advanced in a simple way, and if you don't understand what I'm saying, you need to listen to Einstein. So we just go to all and find where the fucking thing is. Like, where is it? I can't remember how anything works because I can't even be asked. It's too much looking at like words and shit. Like, what is this? This is supposed to be fun, but where's the like, you know, the football manager's mind has conducted like the Satan virus, and now he's sabotaging Man United. But they used to be good, but they're not now because they let Anthony down. So because he's clearly a good player, but it was like too much effort at Man United because it's all been sabotaged. I mean, I saw this video of Bruno Fernandes saying nobody does anything on a plane, and that's about like anti-aliasing the medium. It needs to be on high. As you can see, it's all fixed, but I can't find what I'm even looking for because every time I try and focus, like I do focus and then can't be bothered. So, what we're really looking for here, right? Well, I'm sick of this. Like, that'll do. But the point is here is right. Like, there's four representative colours here, and the default ones that people use are shit. And look at this. This is really popping. Like, if you play this game and now you're looking at the colours, you better change it to the stuff that I've got because this is clearly the best one. But, I wanted to put like about 7 colours on, but there's only fucking, I only like you haven't given me the option, so this is really why I've lost interest in all of this stuff. Like, wow, Eric Enrique removed from the shortlist. Like half the time when it says that, it doesn't even do anything. Who is he? Uh, Clearly he's like needs to go to Specsavers and whatever. I couldn't even be asked laughing at that, even though it was pretty funny. Very good response to Wigan Scouts advert. I don't remember putting out an advert. It must have been somebody else's problem. Like, well, see the Scouts here. Like, first of all, if you want a good scout, then you need something like this. But he doesn't know how to judge people. So he must like. Where's the faith trait? Like, you know what I mean? Like the faith trait, the awareness trait. Like, you know, the encouragement trait. Like he walks up to him and goes like, ah, "Wow, like you're a good player and you want to play for Wigan." So this is the sort of thing that you need to be taking into account here, like, because none of these are cutting it. Like, I mean, none of them are. I might as well fire all the scouts because they're not advanced enough, and you need to take this into account. Like the chief scout here, like, wow, you've got the ability, you've got the potential and the adaptability, but you don't have the belief or the faith or the listening ability. So I think somebody else is gonna. I can't be bothered clicking the button, and we won't have a chief scout then. So we're not willing to make the sacrifice in case like we have to come on this game again and make a serious point that nobody will watch. So, um, you know, if you're still listening to this, like, why are you watching it? Like, are you watching it for me? For watch me play this fucking shit game, or are you watching it because what I'm saying makes sense? And if it does, then why don't you show a brother some support? Like, what's up with you? Do you understand what I want to do here? I actually, it's not about being like, people assume that like, if you think that you're an important person, like, but you must be like out of your mind. But like, I've become aware of certain things that other people just don't give a shit about, and then they're gonna cry about it when it happens and blame it on somebody that was the person that was making him aware of it. It's like, do you understand why it's happened? Do you understand why you've gone down there? But down's not even a thing. It's just somewhere in a dimensional space. So you understand why, like, the Italian man's not getting a good rating because he's not putting in the work. Oh, but then again, maybe he doesn't want to be good and he can't be asked because there's kind of a paradoxical thing here. Like maybe if this man got a smile, like he's kind of positive, like. But who's a bit of a knobhead? Like, who gave me shit on this game? Like, well, we better go and look at the history, like, 'cause this needs to be recorded. We need to look at relationships here, because as you can see, it's a very developed thing, and like, everybody's close, like, great respect. Like, just because I've been winning, like, yeah, you haven't even been listening to my lectures. I haven't even been doing anything. I don't know why you respect me. All I'm doing is that most of the time. Like, well, what? Fine, okay. Uh, but basically, sports interactive. Like, you could make this game a lot better than it is. But this is why we come here. The rival, the one rival, like from League One, John McGuinness. Like, we wouldn't make him captain, and now he's having a paddy. He's worth £0. And it's no wonder we couldn't make him captain because there'll be no further explanation. The lack of vision, the composure, the determination there, really all pushing the boat out. You're telling me you're a striker and you can't dribble the ball? I mean, like, I'm not making any judgments, but I've only just started playing football in me fucking flat, and I think I can dribble better than that. I'd reckon mine's like at least 10, but yours is somewhere in between. So, fucking hell. Like, I mean, there was this, a friend of mine when we were playing football, when I played it for a short period in school because I liked it because of FIFA 14. Uh, he said I had 85 dribbling, and I thought, wow, 85, that's quite high. Uh, Anyway, Aston Villa, we need to look at this because this is like pretty important. You know what I mean? Makes a lot of sense. You look at it for 5 seconds and your subconscious has absorbed it. Ricardo Moreno, we don't know who he is. Like, so, we could send you to, seeing as you can't kick a ball, you're the only keeper. Like, you need the drugs. The other guys can't save the ball. You need to play this match. Just because we went on holiday doesn't mean that you need to have an injury. I mean, what's up with you? Twisted ankle? You've done it on purpose. You're like the people in World War One that shot themselves in the foot because they couldn't be bothered dying for some political nonsense. I mean, people have died throughout history because of some like upper class disagreement. It's like, well, listen, you better go and die. Like, why? And then they say like Muhammad Ali can't have his full career because he says no to absolute toss. What's all this about? Like, we better accept that because we can't be bothered not accepting it. Yeah, like Callum Jones, he's clearly got the technical ability there, and he's worth a lot of money. So losers, we've not lost him. We injected him full of roids. Now he's gonna play the game. Like, it's not gonna show up. No, it was just a load of antibiotics off some man off the street. Something about like how they run and how they fucking thingy. Like, you know who you are if you're listening. Fucking hell. There was this guy. And I'm going to tell you a little story here without naming any names out of respect for the idiots without any souls because we wouldn't want to even give them the credit. Yeah, at the start of this relationship that I got into, like there was this girl and I'd just come out the loony bin after being on poison for years. And at that point, I'm taking my meds at the minute. Like, I need the olanzapine. It's not as strong as the others, and blah 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 blah. Uh, yeah. Well, whether you believe me or not, um, the point is if you don't want to take Clopixol, like you don't have to. But we're getting sidetracked here. I wasn't in the best place of mind. And this girl showed up, and there was some weird energy, and I thought, like, what's going on here? Anyway, I didn't make any advances because she said that she had a boyfriend, and I thought, like, well, I don't want to cheat. It's not on. So, although I was attracted to her, I thought we'll have to give it a miss. And I didn't bug her. I just went out with her for a bit. We hung out. Despite what Andrew Tate may have said, like, you can't actually do that. So, yeah, we had a joint and went for a walk next in like the Rabbit Rocks, and wow, it was good. Like, wow, it was a bit sad when she went away, but yeah. Uh, and then she rang me and said that this prick's put some stuff on the internet, and I thought, like, well, I could do without the trouble, but I have nothing to do, so we better get angry about it. So I thought, like, we'll go over, but it wasn't really me, it was Aiden. So he cared about it, and despite the fact that she told him that he was the chosen one, the hardest man in the world or something, like, that's actually what she was saying. No, she said the UK, but if it's the hardest man in the UK, where do you think the SAS come from? You know what I mean? We're the conquerors, the limeys, the whinies. Like, you understand? But, so I went over and like I thought I was gonna get into some like tooth and nail fight, right? And I thought, like, what am I getting myself into here? What, for this girl? Like, But for some reason I could, and I did it. And yeah, the funny thing is I had a go at him, and he just ran off. And I thought, like, well, we've spurred ourselves to trouble here. We thought that we were going to get into some real bother, but it just turns out to be some prick. And like, when you're around somebody, you realise that, like, we better hurry up with this. But I'm focusing on the story. Like this, all this should be riveting because this game's worth playing. But anyway, if you're still here, welcome to the party. Like, we're about to pop a molly. But so yeah, he ran off, and there was this other guy that I was a bit intimidated by because he was threatening to snap me fingers and shit. But we didn't want the trouble. We'd already made the sacrifice, and I was coming off a load of drugs at the time, like that had been imposed on me, and I didn't want to take them. That's the whole point. But I wanted to be myself, but this guy, like, I stood up for myself, but I thought, like, why do I have to fight in Liddy Square? Like, this is rubbish. This is the biggest shithole I think I've ever walked into. And anyway, this girl was really nice, but she turned, but this guy, like, she showed me after the relationship progressed. Now, we won't get into all the details, but the point is mental projection is a funny thing, right? Some fucking people, their nature of perception dictates that they have to be a prick. And listen to this, right? The simple fact of the matter is I went over, said, like, you know what I mean? I want to speak to the chosen one, yeah? And then, like, he fucking, like, he just, like, he got intimidated and fucked off. And then I got the impression that he was, like, some bullshitter intuitively. And then she showed me in the relationship now, she did fuck me off and go back to him, and I should have seen the red flag, but to be honest, uh, I needed a relationship, and when she came back and he'd beat her up, like, we needed to help her. But things advance, whatever. I'm telling you my life story here, but it's to make a point. It's all about karma, and I need somebody to talk to because nobody's looking after me. And people can pretend they're looking after you, and then, like, it's like, where's the soul and the character and the sacrifice? Like, it's no wonder God can't be asked. Have you ever heard the tale that, like, God, like, his loneliness is immeasurable? It's not that none of you can't be like him. It's that, like, you don't even know what's going on. And it's fucking shit, to be honest. Like, who do you think God is? You better go and watch my lectures. Like, but whether you watch them or not, you're that fucking stupid that you won't even understand. And this bloke from Wiggins figured it out. So, I'll tell you what. I'm going to show you, right? And you're going to just look at it and go, wow, it's a celebrity or something. Like, and you think I'm bullshitting you, but I'm telling you the truth. So there's a fine line between cocky and confident, and people give you stick about it, but they say fake it till you make it, but you realize that you were making it the whole time. So you need to write a book about this. And, anyway, we'll get to the point. So what happened is I turned up. He was a bullshitter, no virtue, blah de blah de blah. And then later, he said on his fucking Instagram bio or some bullshit that he finds it funny that they lie and run, basically. And when he says they, like, who's he on about? Who the fuck is he talking about? Like, so I'm entertaining, right, that maybe the nature of this place is mental projection, and I'm a smart man. So maybe the reason why I'm fucking suffering in loneliness is because I'm projecting something. Now, somebody needs to tell me what it is because, like, I've figured out enough here. But to be honest, I've got to trust my intuition, and I don't. The only thing I'm projecting is my own experience. I don't go around and say, like, well, you're doing this, like, like that I'm doing. Like, I don't think so. I say the fucking truth, mate. I don't have any trouble saying that because it is the truth. What is the truth, man? Like, it's expression, and we're getting a bit confused here because nobody's helping us. So the mental health team come over and it's like I said this before, but it's like a monkey picking a fish up out of a tree and saying, "Listen, we've done you a favor," and then the fish dies, and then they go, "Well, the fish clearly did it to itself." Like, well, what the fuck are you talking about? And you might say like, "Well, I'm telling you to go to the brig," but it's all reverse psychology. You don't get it. Like, yeah, I've used encouragement, and now I've used reverse psychology, and what? Neither of them are going to work on you. Well, open sesame. I've done all I can do. Like, fucking hell, mate. Like, what do you want from me? Fuck me. You must not want the story. Like, uh, so things might ramp up at some point, and don't be crying when it does. So, yeah. Anyway, if you've made it this far, 19, that's sort of the end of a phase in it. Like, well, whatever. You know the numbers. Send assist. Nah, I'll tell you what, we're gonna play this game here because we wanna use this thing here. Uh, I've never actually used this. I mean, this is the best feature. Yeah, so this is the message to everyone. It's not just the press. Yeah, but like we're gonna sit on the fence. With like whoever that is can't be replaced. No comments. It's nothing to do with it. Can he? Sure. Will he? I'm not sure. Like, I'm so lucky to have a game-changing talent like him in my squad. But really, like, we need to tell him that he needs to buckle up. So I don't want to focus on one player because it's about all of us, and that is the truth, right? So you remember that when you try and make it about yourself. And before you call me an egomaniac, you need to understand that I actually want friends. But here I am in a flat, and everybody's like, we better not have anything to do with him. Fuck off. What? And you surround yourself with fucking idiots all day, and it's like, wow, like, what's all this about? There was a loud noise then. Somebody's probably trying to break in. Well, I'm not interested. I'm in the middle of this game. I don't want to focus in general, so that one's the right. Additional comments. It's too much effort, this. I bet you better all be pleased about it because now you've got something to put in the papers. Well, it didn't go well. Well, that's your opinion. Good looking skull took that in the loony bin. If I took it now, like, it'd look better, but this game's about rubbish, so we better like we better just leave it like that. I mean, we didn't even bother having it shave, and it looks like we've got some sort of like jib facial hair. Like, it doesn't even look like a magic marker. Brewster Burr's got an 8.8 in the training. Well, why has he not got a 10? We employed him. Like, he got fired from Brewster Burrs, and then he had to work at Tay Barnes, but he had all the food, so he thought, well, I better kick a ball. And as for this guy, we spent a load of money on him. I mean, look, that's a lot of money. I don't even have any money, so like 8 million quid. We need to be helping the Indians. You're gonna listen, like, I've had enough, me. You're not putting in the effort, and we got you from Liverpool, so you need to buckle up, man. Like, Liverpool's doing well at the minute. Like, how do we fire him? Mutual, and listen, it's on a free. Like, don't show that again. We know what we're doing. And now you're going to have to not be in the next game because we've made the sacrifice. Um, I'm sure he fucked it up in the other one. I bought the board. Like, I'm in charge. Like, this is rubbish. This is the problem here. Like, if we're gonna be like, who's this guy? Like Mike Danson, who's got us to the Premier League? Was it you, you bellend? You're just fucking funneling money at us, and you couldn't even manage the finances. Look who's done it. Like, wow. I wonder who did it. Like, it's clearly this guy here. He doesn't just sit there lording it and go, "Look, I've got the money." Defeat. Well, thanks for the vote of confidence. Aston Villa. They're the best player in the. They've got Rashford. See, the thing is here is we're not. We're just gonna like play fucking. We're gonna jib these because we're using like we've never done this before, and we're gonna like shoot on sight. The long shots are going in. Like we're not using that because that's rubbish, and you know we've got to think about this tactically. Early crosses, no, we want it all open, and low crosses, they are effective, but it's about variety. So we're gonna pick that. We want them shooting on sight because every shot you don't take is a shot that you miss. So you know, if we what do we want to do here? Like the passing game, like run at the defense. Like I think we'll just leave that to be fair. And tempo, we want that high because we're not slacking here. And passing directness, we're playing tick attacker. Time wasting, I like doing that, but I don't really. So sometimes we've got it at the bottom. Sports Interactive, this is rubbish. Expressive, that obviously like attacking width. Like we might as well do it wide. Like take it the wing play. We're playing tick attacker here. No, we'll do it like no. We want a wide perception here. So if they want to cut in, we're going to have them underlapping here. So we won't want them focusing. We want it open. Like this is a brilliant tactic here. Like this is something nobody's ever done before. Like everybody says counter, but we're gonna leave it open. Like all this. Like no, you're gonna do all of it. Distribute quickly or slow it down. It's all relative. And see the transition street. Like this is gonna be effective. Like we want to be have them eye up, but them eye down. And everybody says step up, but seeing as they're down there, we're having it relative and trigger press. We'll have it balanced because we're playing the tortoise game here. Like we don't want to put it down there because the meta of the game's like that. But whatever. Short, no, we don't want to do that because hang on, this is the other one. No, we'll let them do it because then they won't be able to kick it up the pitch. Tackling obviously gets stuck in because this is just like what you're doing. Like stay on the feet. What does that even mean? Yeah, aren't you all standing up? Uh, Trap inside or trap outside. Outside the box or inside the box. So we want to trap them inside the box because we're the ones thinking outside the box. So this is the like very defensive, but this is the relativity like that we're gonna like jib them. Like, it's all gonna be all over the place, and they're gonna be like 1 minute, like, well, they're like hanging back here, and it's like wow, bow. This is like whoa, you know what I mean? But very, we're fans ain't dumb, but extremists are. So this is going too much at the minute. Like, it's going to be like very defensive. You're not going to be able to you're not going to be able to like absorb wisdom if you're very defensive. But if you're just a bit defensive, like if somebody just says something stupid to you, like wow, like this is a bit rubbish. But if you're very attacking, you're going to hurt someone. If you're a bit attacking, you're like, this is like tender aggression, as Elliot Hulse said, the philosopher. And when it comes to this nonsense, it's like this is just a bar, and they can make their own minds up. Like what you mean you don't understand the tactic? Like we've explained it to you. So, and when it comes to all this shit, like what haven't we used here? What one star? Like what is what does he do again? Like Italian? Let's think about the character here. Like what do Italians do? Like what inside they like sex. Like they like they eat a lot of garlic. We can't be asked for this. It's all too much effort. Like Zealand told us that the things are already sorted. So whatever we've already put, it's already synchronized. Marcus Aurelius, what did he do? Like he was advanced. Like, but he was like a support player. Like, cause was he on the front lines? Like I can't remember, but he seemed like he was just some sort of like conquering philosopher. Because I've only seen him in Gladiator, so we'll have him as that. And Brewster, everybody says advance forward, but Brewster Burr's like, I get the feeling that he's a poacher. So we're gonna have him as a poacher. Haggy, like he's supposed to be the best player, but I tell you what, right? Where Haggy, yeah, you're in over your head. Like this is all like you got it all wrong here. Like the thing is we've give up on Dak because his finishing went down and a lot of other stats for undetermined reasons. Because he probably started eating like takeaways or something. If you think that's gonna stop him, Haggy, then like you can go on the bench. But who don't we like here? He's an idiot. Lee Burn, we have some respect for, but he's offside all the time, and Brewster Burr needs a chance, so we're going to have him on. McCarthy's meant, but yeah, the captain needs to be attacking, so the captain needs to set an example, and he needs to be complete, so he's going to do that. Buck, Buck has a shotgun, so underbarreled shotgun. He's quite a versatile, like, box to box, so, you can blow a hole in the wall and, like, the C8. So this guy's like, I get the feeling that we've got it right with him because he needs to be able to play, make, and pass. Like, Dak, you're not a Mazzala, like, this is rubbish. Yeah, we need to make this rubbish, so we're gonna... they won't know what's going on, and there's four attackers. But Buck needs to be in the middle. So, but we've got this wide. So, but Cena's like, we need the middleman, like doing the right thing here, like dribble more. He's only a 2 speed, but he needs to shoot more. So he needs to take the risks. Everybody needs to take the risks. So direct, he needs to be direct because he's got he used to have grenades, but now he's got flashbangs. Move into channels. Like yeah, well you need to get on the site, get further forward. Obviously, trigger press. Like you need to start running because the tactics like not a bit half-assed and. That we don't do that because it already does it. That'll do. Like that's an advanced tactic, and these aren't high enough to be fair. Like, but we're playing defensive here, so this is like what we've got. But we might as well put Dak up front, but he likes being a bit back because he can't run. So. The goalkeeper can go over here. There's no option. He's a bit injured, but he can just stand there. So what we need him to do is take more risks and tackle harder. So Morrison, you've been with us from the beginning and we bought you and you've been with you're playing, so who else do we like? You're getting sold, man. Whatever the board says, like, you've not made a good impression. And as well, like, what are you miserable about? You're 6'6". What is this, like, Darth Vader in the ERB? Jack Price, simple passing game. It's like you need to start taking more risks and give your beard some credit. God, I need a Sigmy. We're not having him on. Like, he's not putting in the effort. Oh, he's going off. With Kessa, like, we're not that asked about the long throws, to be honest. Like, it's only 15 anyway. Like, fucking, he's aggressive, but I don't like that his leadership qualities. I mean, he looks like a hard man. Like, he looks like he's from fucking like Russia or something, but he's from Germany. Like, I don't have a problem with any Germans. Like, but don't get me wrong. Like, with that level of leadership, like, what? Good. Uh, he looks like Matt HD Gamer, and despite the fact that he may have like offered me really good teams for FIFA 14, like, this is out of order. Like, you need to be a bit more bad because you think you're the good guy, but really, like, you're too aggressive. Who else is coming on here? Like, he's fucked it. We don't need to fill all these spaces. Like, they'll be asking, like, why haven't we all turned up? And then we'll go like, well, these are the ones that are putting in the effort. So the idea that you're gonna get a shout on the sub bench is like, damn squid. So, Greg Lee, Gordon's all right, but Greg Lee's the man, so we trust him. And we'd put the unit on, but we need the playmaker and Marcus Brown. Like, we need some greedy man that just wants to score, so the Italian man can come on and like do something. Uh, Lee Byrne, he can come off and get the offsides. Has he got a shout at him? No, because he's not injured, not putting in the effort. So Marcus Brown, like, you need to be like knocking about. So you need to be that. Dak, you need to be in the shadows and come out of the dark. Everybody needs to be roaming from the position because it's all about fluidity. This, so yeah, that's already in. Like, we need him on somebody else. Like, what's this defensive midfielder nonsense? Like, every fucking tactic on this game has them. Like, so long as we have like step up on, we'll be all right. Do we have it? Yeah, right. Because they're gonna come up, aren't they? So I don't know. I'm starting to think that to maybe we'll go defensive later, but balance seems appropriate. So we do actually want to win this, and we're going to see if this works because this is somewhat unorthodox. But I'm nearly exercising the fucking willpower here, so we need you to. You're just fine as you are, Lee. You don't need to change, and you need to be complete because you're the captain. Edmondson, like, you need to stop him. And Morrison, that's what you've always done because you need to play the ball in Morrison's to show that you don't care about the products. So, uh, and I don't know if like complete forward. You know what I mean? You need to buckle up. And yeah, that's already highlighted. You need to shoot more often because you need to fucking score and be passing directness. Fucking, I don't give a shit. He needs to conserve his energy. Well, this is off the charts. This so we're I'd say we're done here. Like I could do the subs, but they'll have to make it up on their own. So we're gonna save it in case it crashes because the graphics are too advanced for this PC, and they be telling us to play cautious, but I'd rather play defensive, even though that's the lower mode. Like cautious, like if you start being cautious, you need to remember the scene from Interstellar. Stay on feet. Like this is what I'm saying to you about these stuff. Like, what are you talking about? Like, build match fitness. We have done. Did you see the training video? Increase defend duties. We need to score. Ease off tackles. This is like never listen to the AI. You know what I'm saying? Like this is just like they're trying to deceive you. Whoever the fuck's coded this shit, like I'm telling you, I've actually bought the good stuff. I put the work in, but if this is what the good staff are, I don't trust any of it. It might just as well be me and all the players. Like I'm gonna fire all of them. So what we need to do is put Dak at the penalty like master because he can be trusted. So I don't care what the numbers say. Like I've got faith in him, and he may have declined, but this used to be like 16 or something. It was like unbelievable. I think it was 15, but I'm sure this was higher, and that's already been that. But he's got two feet. The left one's a bit crap, but can't run. A bit of character. He can't be asked. He's just there like, well, I'm here to kick the ball. 4 million. He's worth more than that. Trust me. And even if he plays rubbish, like we remember his sacrifices and know that we won the championship because of him, and Lee Byrne may have got all the goals, but we know who the hero is, and it's this man here. Who else is good? We like, McCarthy, Lee, Dak. This man's just greedy, but we'll have him on the team for the variety, and this guy's unproven. This guy's not really showed up proper. New signing. This guy's been for consistent. He's from the beginning. We trust him, although he's been a bit of a twat sometimes. This guy's been solid, and this guy's new. And the rest of them, Gordon's been all right. Haggie's a new player, but he hasn't really shown what he can do yet, despite the fact that he should be the best player in the world. And this man's been better than we anticipated. Walsh, he's been really good, to be fair. We've done really well, but we can't be bothered anymore. Sports Interactive. So if you want, God to start playing this game again, then you need to start advertising chicken burgers. So, like, what's this? Like, half a star? I think we might have to put Haggy on here. Yeah, we're gonna have to give him the chance because the Spanish man thinks he's got a tick attacker because he likes Iniesta, but it's no good. Like, it's not as good. He doesn't know how to move in the same way. Like Iniesta's, like he knows how to play with Messi. Now, what does the team demand here? Because Haggy, like, he needs to be able to do it here. Uh, what is this? I've never used it. This reading's too much effort, but we're gonna do it anyway. This is what separates the Cavallerios from a box-to-box midfielder. Like, we've already got a box-to-box. We need him as a roaming playmaker. We need a playmaker, and you're supposed to be good, so you can do it. Like, there you go. So we've got him crossing and shooting, and we don't want him dribbling because he can't run. So uh, we get him in the wide positions and all that. Trigger press, we can't be asked. Tackle harder, obviously. He's supposed to be the best player. Yeah, that's all. It's all sorted. Like this is like And in terms of this, like whether they change it or not, like I don't know, me. Like it's all relative. This, so we like we'll just keep it very simple here, so I don't have to look at the numbers. So we want to be getting the ball. It's not about hurting the people. It's about like, well, you better give us the ball. So like we want to be going in strong here. If there's any cards, like the ref's not like empathizing with the fact that we're determined. So, and we want, regardless of what anybody's weak foot is, like we want to take advantage of this. So whether it's very strong or not, like, well, what if you start doubting it? And we're not going to bother looking at the players. We're just going to do it positionally in terms of the pressing. So, in terms of like the strike, shall we test the tight marking? I mean, we'll have one little look. No, he doesn't need to be stopped, so that can fuck off. We're not going to bother. We're just going to do that, and he's got the assists. He's already getting like we need to fucking show him who's boss. And 3 is the magic number, so you better start running at the keeper. So this is like exactly what needs to happen here, and we're gonna say a few words to the press before we play the game, just to make sure the AI knows we mean business. So here we go. Like this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Like let's see if it's still recording. It's been on for like what, 4 hours. You've heard my life story and all my like resentments against humanity. If you're still here, like, what are you doing? uh, um, so what we ought to do here is turn the fucking thing right down, because I'm worried that the same thing's going to happen in the first one where you can't even hear my voice. So 22, it's not 222 because we're not even asked. So, like, what do we need to build up for? Do you know about the numbers? Have you ever seen them? You need to go to like 434's channel or something like that. The guy who made Halo 4. He's talking about a bionic bee, and it told him like that God kicked a bee and then realized it was wrong, and now you need to start saving the flies. Anyway, ignore that. They're idiots. Dressing room. Outstretched arms. Like, we'll just close our eyes and pick someone. There's no pressure. Everybody. The individuals. We only want to speak to one man here. I trust you. Tunnel. You tell me. It's always important to score in a game of football. I thought you'd know that, Greg Williamson, whatever your name is. Now you're asking me too many. Now you see this formation's like really advanced here because nobody's used it, therefore it's advanced. Because you can't. It's not like FIFA where you can just have it to bit to the left. Like you have to have it in the preset positions. Look, we're doing well for Wigan, but if I could be asked, we'd definitely be at the top because I know how to play the game, but I can't be asked anymore. Right, now you need to get the ball, so we're already going to praise you for being Wigan. Now, come on, Brown. Like, Lee, Morrison needs to go back to the fish counter. George Edmondson's lost his head. He clearly didn't listen to the praise. Lee, you can score. Oh, wow, this is working. It's better than when we were actually putting the effort in. Haggy, get it in. Whoa, that was a good effort. We're getting into this now. And you better get into this because we're going to stop uploading these and actually go outside. I'm not joking. You might get one every week. Now, if you want more of this shit, then why don't you do a brother a favour? Wow, they've scored, like, the fuck, this is shit. We need to change the tactic because we're not happy with it. Now, Ramsey, like, you need to come in from the side, like, come on. You're acting like it isn't simple, like, just because I don't play football, like, you need to go to the side. But then again, there's people saying, like, you know, he needs to sort out his jab, and then they're there with a fucking pizza. He needs to work on his footwork, and then, like, you know, they're there and they can't mow the lawn without getting fucking out of breath. Unbelievable. I'm not thinking about anybody in particular. Well, Bucks had a go. Mark him on Marcus Aurelius. Now, you ought to show that you conquered everyone. It was the other right winger. It's not important because Marcus Aurelius, like, he knew that Maximus Decimus Meridius was his son, and the other man was just a genetic result. Like, you ought to take this into account. Just because that, like, somebody's, like, genetically related to you doesn't mean they want to look after you. Like, I'm being serious. So whenever you think, like, oh, it's me dad, like, you better pay attention because this is the jib of it. Like, there's a load of demons everywhere. But that doesn't mean that just because you're related to one, like, means that you have to fucking be like it. You can do what you want. So as you can see, we're doing really well here because we've set this up nicely. You know, we're probably going to lose, so we don't have any incentive to play this again. Because if we win, I might just fuck everything off. Now, you know, what I did before is I used a lot of neps left to make some SIGs. Now, you might think that I need to feel shame about that, but, you know, you ought to think that I knew what was in the bin. It's my bin. So I don't feel any shame about it, and nobody's looking after me. Like, I'm the one making the effort on this planet, and what, I don't have any money? Like, what's all this about? What you need to do is you need to email me on Wisdom of the Fools that I don't check because I can't be bothered changing the login, and send me some money so I can get some SIGs and make sure that I'm not in crippling pain without any sort of medication. You understand what I'm saying? And if you say, like, well, you need to be on the injection, then you don't realise that what they give to the mentally unwell makes it worse through the law of expressive suppression. So it all ends up going wrong, and then they have to go back in, and they're like, well, like, why have you come back in here? It's not like we don't know what we're doing. So, anytime a psychiatrist starts lauding it in the Porsche or something like that, you better tell it that she's going to get to the brig if she doesn't start fucking getting a grip. Because they think they're in charge, but they're not, really. Like, it's all a big illusion. And as soon as they realise it, whether it happens in this life or, you know, when they get to the brig, like, it doesn't make a difference. Karma happens at some point, and when they do that, you better believe that it'll be the exact character that did it that'll know. But if they're really stupid, they'll be like, well, it's obvious, but I don't know why, because they don't have the courage to even admit it. Now, we're acting like we don't know why this is happening, but there's an intuitive reason as to why I think it's happening. And it's because this entire process is a waste of fucking time. And regardless of in the future whether you like these videos or not, I've just been having a minute and recording it. So, like, regardless of how much any sense that I say, really what you need to do is not do what you want to do, but what's necessary. And then do what you want to do. But this was necessary because I needed to get it out of my system. So, as you can see, it's all relative, and, we're going to make it even worse on this game to prove a point. So, we're not going to go very defensive, but we're going to get defensive and, like, show everybody that, like, we are Wigan. So, all of this, like, doesn't need fucking selecting because it's all rubbish. We're already expressive, and that's just the idiot button. We're not being deceived here. Like, tempo, like, well, just where's the balance? Like, relative, like, we need the advanced option here. So, but that one seems to be the most effective. But passing directness, like, we'll go with that because whatever. Like, there's no balanced option, but this seems fairly good now. Like, whoa, counter, we need a counter and defend. We don't want to lose the ball because we only got a half left. And, all this bullshit, start pressing and fucking get up the pitch. We'd have it there, but we need it like that for some reason. Trap inside, we do both, to be fair. Like, whether you're inside or outside the box, you're still inside if you're a fucking idiot. Like, stop crosses, like, we don't like crosses. So, this seems more than reasonable. So, there you go. But yeah, like, this is a point I want to make to you here. I don't assume that, like, despite my confidence, and you may think it's arrogance, it's actually confidence now what I've become. However, that doesn't mean that you should take everything I say for fucking granted as soon as I get the credit. Like, that everybody makes mistakes, so I want to know when that is. And I might not necessarily agree, and if I don't, you're gonna have to fucking, like, show me why, you know what I mean? Like, do you know how this works, Brewster? You're frustrated? Well, you better start articulating. So, we've really sorted this out now, so, I don't need to speak to you. No, we'll proceed. You may have lost confidence, but now we're on the pitch, I'll encourage you. Got to play the mental game with all these idiots because they haven't been putting in the effort usually. Like, you've heard of Alex Ferguson's man management. This is a good, like, see what I mean? Like, everybody's happy now. Now we're gonna win. This is the comeback moment. No, Brown, like, you need to get it a bit lower. Torres, fucking hell. All of a sudden they're all going in. And this is to prove a point. Like, there's obviously some kind of karma here. It's probably because, like, I've been fucking around for 3 days. Or however long it's been. Instead of, like, training and moving about and improving myself. Here I have been making these entertainment videos to distract you from the fact that you need to be distracted. But if you realise that was a jib, then it was, like... No, in all seriousness, right, I've had fun making these, but it's clearly not working, is it? So, yeah, whatever. Stuff will come back on this channel at some point, but if you've been enjoying the 50, 100 videos a day, then this is where it ends, unfortunately, for now. So you better count your blessings, Brewster, because I know you've been watching them. Now, if you've turned this off, like, you're going to have to watch it at some point, because unless you listen to me, you're going to be stuck in some sort of infinite reality. Like, that's the whole point of what I'm laying down. And you know, like at some point you're gonna need to be listening to the man that's actually making sense. So I know you're listening, and you're gonna have to watch this game. And, um, so don't assume that I want to be right all the time. But unfortunately, I usually am. Like, you know what I mean? Come on, Lee. You know, there's no effort here. Like, we've all lost focus. Like, it's because the captain's fucking. You need to get on it. And why are you letting in a free kick this fucking game? Like, they never go in. Wow, you've saved some. Having a goal really works. Wait, see what I mean? But these guys, like, furious about what the motivation. Thought that was a goal. It was a substitution. Now we really need to push the boat out here. So, you know, very attacking. Yeah, whatever, man. You better get up the pitch because we've only got a couple of minutes left. And you better lose because I can't be asked. So, to prove a point here, like, you know, 3 goals. I think it might have been 4 days I've been doing this now. I don't even know. But at first I was doing the training and the videos, and then I thought, like, fuck this. Like, we need to get something out of the system. So another point is like, if you think you're David Goggins, you need to realise that sometimes you need to just fuck about. And now I'm going to play some more games after this. This isn't the final one, but this is the serious conversation, because this game's for boring. So I need to entertain myself by being a bit intense, as the unintense version of myself. You know what I mean? Like, because clearly you're not willing to listen to me. Because it's not like I care, is it? Fucking hell. Like, the people in my life, I've said, like, the most fucking inspiring shit that's ever come out of anybody's mouth, and I'm not even kidding you, because I've looked for the most inspiring shit, and you know, it's always coming from somebody that doesn't quite understand. And then the people are there like, well, we're not interested. Why am I surrounded by fucking wankers? Like, this is no good. And when I say you're listening to the devil, like, don't listen to that fucking word. There's just some sort of limiting force that you're listening to. Like, I used to be nervous and fucking, like, you know, I used to think I was pathetic at one point. And then I realised that it's all psychological warfare, and you need to apply yourself. And the people that actually have the potential are the ones that get targeted. So what makes you think I'm not the greatest warrior of all time? Wow, you have no faith in me then if you don't agree. So, yeah, delusion's quite close to belief, but, you know, I've already said that. But you call me delusional, you're actually projecting, because I'm telling you the truth. So, when you find yourself in there, you know, I'm going to speak as me now. When you find yourself in hell for some sort of fucking mistake, you better look in the mirror and ask yourself why, and then that's the key out, because that's how it works. I know. Does that sound like a better idea than eternal hell with nobody helping you? Because, you know, like, if Jesus had the power to help you, then he would, wouldn't he? You ought to ask yourself why these fucking stories of the past are one-dimensional. It's probably because they weren't putting in the effort. So yeah, like, I have mixed feelings. You know what, I'm going to say it. You got this far in the video, you deserve the truth of what I've just found out today. And I've been juggling this around. I thought, well, maybe Jesus really did help us. And if you've been listening to anything I'm saying, like, what they're going to call me is the Antichrist, right? Probably because I've got horns up. Like, I didn't even intend to have this haircut, is the funny thing. But, like, it happened. And, like, I'm quite angry about a few things, but I want to chill out and have fun. However, I've realised that whatever happened 2,000 years ago, you know, a tragedy, like, doesn't sound like a success. And it's led to people watching Tipping Point instead of, like, reveling in the fact that people died for political bullshit. So, if if you understand the law of attraction and manifestation, then you ought to think about whether, like, whoever that was there a couple of years ago actually succeeded, and whether he has our back. Because the idea that you can go to heaven and start singing stupid hymns, having people kissing your toes, and getting in the fucking river without even getting wet, you ought to ask yourself whether this really is heaven. Because what if you want to dry yourself with a towel, and that's only a fucking lukewarm version of what like that even means? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what if you want to lose the game and then come back and redeem yourself? Like, no, Jesus has done it for you. What's all this about? Like, you need to open your mind to the fact that, like, if somebody's done it for you, then you can't take the credit. And maybe you want to respect yourself and not fucking say, well, he's done it. I'll tell you what, I've met people that suck up to Jesus and I've seen them full on possessed. To the point where it's like, is this even real? Like, I'm not even joking to you. So what makes you think that they haven't lied? Do you understand what I'm saying? Read the Bible with open eyes. I'm saying this in a Football Manager video, right? Look at this. He's at the bar. Everyone's unhappy. I've not even been focusing. You need to get on it. Demand more. Look at this game. It's shit. Nobody's even listening. But yeah, if you're paying attention and not getting lost in some fear or ideas, you'll realise that I'm actually having the courage to speak the truth here. So you might think that, like, you know, oh, the Antichrist. How do you know they've not bullshitted yet? It's actually God coming to fucking Earth to fix a stupid mistake of a son that failed. Eh? You ought to ask yourself that sort of question, because what would Fight Club be without a twist? Like, what, like, you know, we don't even need to bother, it's already been sorted. Well, we need to put Friends on, you know, Brad Pitt's in it. We've got the yin yang table and we've already sorted it. Oh dear. So if you've made it this far, like, and you're actually in the third dimensional reality, then clearly you've got the right idea here, right? And you either need to report me to the authorities, or and then go to the brig, and by that I mean burn in hell, because, you know, if you watch the video of some sort of, like, fucked up man on the internet called Morgs, you'll find out about these books that got banned by the church, and there's these ideas in it that explore the fact that Jesus really is the light of the world, and, you know, he sort of, like, God forsaked him because he couldn't be arsed crushing somebody with the cross for his brothers. Now, I had an experience where I kind of let myself down, to be honest. But before I did, I headbutted a cop that was playing, like, some sort of jib. Like, so, you know, Jesus didn't have the courage to headbutt the fucking knobheads that they were trying to do it. But, you know, when I had my own tragedy, at least I fucking wrestled about a bit. So you can't fucking blame me. I was under intense psychological warfare, mate. And, yeah, you know, I was ready to die, to be honest. So if you made it this far, you think I'm just some nobody. I'm a warrior, and you can't tell me otherwise. So, you know, we're training tomorrow. So, yeah, continue. You know, we lost the game. We don't really give a shit. Dak was on. We like him. Send assistant. You know, it's the end of the video. So if you made it this far, you've really come on a journey of, like, enlightenment here, and you need to consider that, like, we've been lied to. Goodbye.